Denise Sanchez, an 8-year-old girl from Santa Fe, New Mexico, had been a huge Elvis Presley fan since she was 4. In December 1971, Denise was diagnosed with an aggressive terminal cancer. Several months later, Denise's mother heard that Elvis would be performing in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on April 19, 1972. Mrs. Sanchez was able to get tickets to the show, and her daughter was thrilled. 2 days before the concert, Mrs. Sanchez spoke with a reporter named Grace Marie Prather, who helped Denise and her mother set up a meeting with Colonel Parker.
Colonel Tom Parker.
Hello?
They spoke to Parker at length about Denise's condition and her wish to see Elvis. During the meeting, the colonel informed Denise that she would be able to meet Elvis after the concert. During the show, Denise and her family were seated in special box seats. Denise was anxious for the performance to end so that she could meet her idol. At intermission, the Sanchez party was invited backstage to Elvis's dressing room. Denise was consumed by nerves as she walked towards his dressing room. You see, cancer had left her nearly bald and had robbed her of a leg. But when Elvis saw the young cancer patient, he knelt in front of her and kissed both her cheeks and told her that she was beautiful. Elvis signed a poster Denise had brought with her. It read, "To Denise, love you, Elvis Presley."
Could you sing me a special song, please?
I sure will.
Don't Cry Daddy or Love Me Tender or whichever
Okay.
one you want.
Alrighty.
Or whichever one you want. Daddy, look over here.
In addition, he dedicated his first song after the intermission to Denise, who was thrilled and cried through the entire performance.
Special. What's your favorite song?
There you go. How about it?
When Denise got back home, she told her mother that under no circumstances was she going to clean her face and wash off Elvis's kisses. Needless to say, after 4 days, her mother finally forced her to wash, although the memory of that day probably remained with Denise and her family forever after. We thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe and to like the video below.